Hi guys, and welcome to another lame ass review. So tonight we're going to be going over the episode 19 of season 12 titled The Future. Now, I have this little book here because so much happened in that episode. I literally had to write down points because there is no way I was going to remember all of that and be able to cover it in this review. So, here we are. Hang on, I'm a little bit parched. Let me take a sip of water from my Castiel mug. Mm. Mm. That is angelic. I know, I'm lame. Okay, but hey, it's my lame ass review, so fuck it. Alright, so we're gonna start off with Dean as the worried husband as always, because if anybody doesn't know by now, I am a Destiel shipper. One of my favorite tags is probably Hunter Husbands. If you don't like that, this is my video. So, um, Dean was worried sick about Cass, and when he first came in, that was very evident. I've talked about this in my other videos. It's how he expresses his concern for Cass through anger and frustration, but they are getting better at talking it out, and okay, as soon as Cass came back, Cass went into Dean's room, and first off, Cass in Dean's room. And then they started talking about their feelings and frustrations and being brutally honest with each other. You can see the growth and maturation between the two different characters. Just as a writer point on that one, they are definitely growing and maturing as characters, so that's good. They used to never be able to open up like this, and now they're certainly just having no issues with it, so that's excellent. They're being very honest with each other. Cass is still trying to keep Dean away from danger, which he always does, but Dean already knows about that. Cass is very frustrated and trying to grow as his own person, as his own individual. Like I said, he wouldn't fit in with Heaven. I knew that he wouldn't, I knew that he probably wouldn't be able to side with Heaven too much. It was a shitty thing to see Joshua change vessels. I thought his previous vessel was really cool and perfect for Joshua, and then the fact that he died was kind of a sucky moment for me because I actually liked that character quite a bit. But in the bedroom, back to the bedroom with Dean and Cass, because there's just so much that went on in there. Containing my fangirl, not I'm screaming so much internally right now. Okay, so Dean gives Cass his very first gift ever, so Cass didn't even understand that it was a gift in the first place. He thought it was just to borrow, but it was a gift which Dean happened to give him. And what was that gift? What was it? A mixtape, because in Dean's time, mixtapes were very popular. Even in my time, you know, you give a mix CD, a mixtape to somebody that you're interested in, somebody that you want to share your passions with. Music is very common between couples to share interest with. And I'm just saying, Dean gave Cass a mixtape. That says a lot. I can't believe that's canon. And also the fact that Cass was able to steal the colt from under Dean's pillow. uh, and Dean said, with a very flustered look on his face, "He played me." We never saw that scene. How, how did that one work? I wonder. How could have Cass played Dean to get under Dean's pillow and distract him enough to see and get the cult? To find out where it was on Dean's bed, in his room. Oh god, I'm so sorry. This is now a shipper shit. Like, this is shipper channel all the way. I am so sorry. So sorry. But holy hell, this episode, it was like it was written in fan fiction. I swear to god. And did anybody happen to be on Twitter during this episode? Does anybody follow Astroglide? Astrolube is a lube. Astroglide is a lube, and they live tweet SPN and Supernatural episodes, especially ones with Dean and Cass in them. And they shipped Dean and Cass hard, and it was just hilarious. So if you have a chance, go ahead and check out Astroglide's tweets, because that is awesome. It's hilarious and funny and always a good follow. Plus, they respond to you because they're SPN family, yo. Not okay, yeah, so I've talked with them, whatever. Anyway, so here we go. The baby. Kelly trying to kill herself. Now that is I know that people would be triggered by that when they saw that. I knew right away when I was watching the episode that some people in the fandom would just go straight up, oh, why wasn't there a trigger warning, blah, blah, blah. True, but this is Supernatural, so there's always going to be gore. There's always going to be things that are going to make you uncomfortable. There are always things that you're not going to agree with. That's life. That's TV, unfortunately. And Supernatural is not perfect and never will be, so it was a big trigger thing for a lot of people dealing with suicide issues. When I was chatting with Monica. You've seen her before, but I was chatting with Monica during this scene, and it was one of the openers, and she was all sad, and she's like, "No, Kelly, no." Meanwhile, I'm just like, no, baby, be like, no. Because I knew a Nephilim would not let its mother pass away like that. So, yeah, it's, I knew that Kelly would be okay, and, intro Lucy. I knew Kelly would be okay because of the Nephilim. And you think about it, angels and demons have the powers to take and give life quite easily. So I imagine that the Nephilim would have some protections against its own mother dying, especially if it's meant to be that powerful as in Lucifer's baby. That being said, too, going back to the cult and trying to shoot Kelly for the cult, do we all remember that the cult doesn't kill Lucifer? Because I do, and I'm just going to throw this out here as kind of a thought of mine that maybe the cult actually wouldn't have worked on Kelly or the baby. I just throwing this out there as just a thought, let it simmer. Not that that's an issue now, but I'm pretty sure Dean and Sam, sorry, would be able to put the cult back together. Thanks, Dagon. And she's gone now too, but then again, she went to hurt Cass and Okay, so going back to my little notepad of, oh my god, this episode. Okay, so there was the wall shove. Okay, back at the hotel, Cass's truck breaks down, and that's an adorable scene right there. Now, I'm sitting there going, call your mechanic husband, boy. And, yeah, he's sitting there Googling how to fix a truck. Now, it's so that made me laugh because it is so much more complicated than just a simple Google. But, yeah. And him and Kelly got to bond a bit over the baby, and the whole time I was thinking, this is gonna... Fuck, I missed the Team Free Will moment in the bedroom. Sorry, guys. This does play into that. Okay, so there was the Team Free Will moment in the bedroom where they said this, Dean said this 7 years ago while Cass is unconscious, but we've all clung on to the idea of Team Free Will to express Dean, Sam, and Cass. And we have gone with it, loved it, and continued to love it. And the fact that it got brought up just made my heart glow. It was so fantastic that it was talked about again. And that the conversation between Dean and Cass saying, we will do this together, we will achieve this, we will figure it out, and he's not wanting Cass to take off on his own. He wants to let Cass know that he is there for him, and that no matter what they face together, well, no matter what they face, they're going to face it together. And Cass still wants to keep Dean from danger, but he's not understanding that they need to work as a unit. Now, back to the hotel room with the baby and Kelly, Cass is actually starting to understand the difference. As I've mentioned before, he probably wouldn't kill the baby. And again, I'm still feeling that way. So now it's looking like Cass could possibly adopt the baby when Kelly gives birth and passes away. So here we have a situation where Cass might be alone with a baby, and who's he going to turn to but Dean and Sam if he can get his head out of his ass and be able to go to them for help. Of course, Dean and Sam, being who they are and loving their SPN family as much as they do, will probably hunt Cass down in some form or another to be able to help him out with the baby. God, I hope that's in the future. Because, oh my heart. Oh god, okay, so fangirling aside, awesome. And let's see. Yes, Team Free Will, we will find a better way together. And then after the hotel scene, there was the shove against the wall inside the hotel. The shove against the wall. I really can't say much more than that. It's so good. I'm really having a hard time making this video short, as you can understand. This is really, really hard for me. You know I'm a Destiel fangirl. You know I'm a Cass Misha girl. So this is just too good. So, we're moving past the hotel out to the parking lot. Dean passes Cass his keys to the Impala. Think about that. Dean rarely trusts anybody with the keys to the Impala. I mean, yeah, sure, it's just to unlock it. But still, he just trusts Cass explicitly. And even when Kelly takes off with the Impala, Dean is defending Cass to Sam because Dean understands where Cass is coming from. He actually is proving to us canonically that he understands where Cass is coming from. That he knows that Cass is just doing his best, trying to save them, trying to connect with his family, and Cass even admitted himself that Dean and Sam are more his family than the Angels. He left his two other soldiers behind, but he put his own family at risk, and that was Sam and Dean. And, you know, that's a big deal. It is a really big deal. So we're seeing a lot of character growth. We're seeing Cass and Dean understand and open up more with each other. And then we have the park scene where Dagon showed up. I always get her name mixed up. She's still hot. Too bad she went after Cass. Anywho, there it is. I notice I've said that a lot lately since making these videos. So that's my new thing. If you're waiting for it, there it is. So anyway, they're in the park, and basically Cass has confirmed that he is going to adopt the baby when it's born, and he healed Dean ever so tenderly. And when Cass was at risk, Sam was yelling Cass, and Dean was just yelling no. And there was a real family clinch moment there where it was just, there was this connection, and everybody is fighting for their lives. And I think, believe it or not, I think that this baby is actually going to be a really positive thing in the future of the SPN family. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if they'll do advanced aging. I have a feeling they will. Perhaps we'll have a baby for a few months and then age it faster. I'm not sure how they're going to play this one. You know how shows and characters do that. Especially with it being an Nephilim. You never know. So in the end, Cass walks away from Dean and Sam, and Dean begged Cass not to put him down, to put him to sleep, because he wants to be there for him. I don't think this is the end. I don't think Cass is completely walking away from them, but I think, as we know, Cass struggles with wanting to keep the Winchesters safe. So, and he found a mission and he found faith. So we know how he gets when he's like that. So it might take him a while to come back around to the Winchesters, but he will be back. So this is my lame-ass review. It is the longest one yet. I apologize, but holy shit, the Destiel in this episode. I cannot. It is just... I can't believe this stuff is canon. I just, wow. So, my Lame-Ass review from me to you. This is covering basically everything you've already seen with your own two eyes. And if you like my videos, please hit like and or subscribe. I'm making these every week. And you can comment down below. I will always respond to your comments, and you know, let me know how you feel about this episode. If you liked it, if you hated it, if you think that there's going to be different ideas with the baby, what's going to happen? What do you think? What do you think? Where's Mary going to come into all this? And a British Man of Letters. Dun, dun, dun. So please go ahead, let me know. Let's interact, let's engage, and always peace, love, and bye-bye, my lovelies.